Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. D. Eric Body Beats. It's a vibe. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right.
Oh.
It's the Caresnone Be Dope podcast. I am your host, Chris Caresnone.
Hello, Chris.
And I'm with my co-host, Matt Michael Jack. How
Hey,
you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's been a while.
It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Which is fair. I feel like that's fair because I like to do one per week
Right.
minimum, you know.
Yes.
And so it's nice to see you, man.
It's always a pleasure seeing you, my friend.
You've still been busting your ass with that InstaCart. And
I have, man. I mean, I have not slowed down with all this corona.
do you like do you like it now? Because last time you were telling us you were a couple days in.
I was getting my feet wet or so with it, but yeah, I mean, I like it now. I mean, it's a job, right? Like anything else. So I mean, it's got its ups and downs. I mean, certain things are a pain in the ass, and I still feel that I'm learning, most days, like how to get more efficient. But I have, like, that first week or so, I was probably averaging, what would come out to maybe about $20 an hour. I was getting kind of comfortable with it. Now last week I was crossing that $30 an hour, and then this week I'm about $38 an hour.
Oh, so you could.
I'm making some money, bro.
So it's actually it's a thing.
Oh, it's a thing.
It's like that's like $40 an hour, or what if you find a way to get 4 or 5 more on average?
Then yeah.
Is it something that what you're doing, or you think it's just getting busier?
It's both. I mean, it has certainly gotten busier because the more and more people are less likely or want to go outside, or in grocery stores where everybody's touching everything, and people are fearful. And even in the grocery stores now, or some of them are requiring you to wear masks to go into the grocery store. So I feel it's a combination of people in general wanting to use this platform to get their groceries delivered, and also me getting more comfortable with the platform, getting more efficient at it, kind of, knowing which kind of orders I want to cherry pick and which ones are better for my time, my money, based on distance, check average or whatever. But as a lifetime, hospitality industry food person, I'm still finding a way to provide food and beverage to the masses. So I feel comfortable with that.
Let me ask you this.
Ask me, Chris.
So you'll have a bunch of options coming up, and then you get to select which one, or are you going to so you could say no to something.
Right. Usually you'll see on your queue like 10, they call them batches, which is shopping trips. You'll see anywhere from, I guess there could be like 1 to like 12 at a time that you'll see. I haven't seen more than 12. I don't know if the platforms allow more than 12, or if that's just the max that you can see within your area. And it's based on location. So, right now, if I were to pull up the app on my phone, although it's later now, so there's probably not any, but it would know where my location is and what stores are, friendly to the app, and it would show me in the area like what batches I could take.
Now, are the stores pretty? Is there a lot of stores, or is it obviously still more need to come?
So right now, the stores that I've done or that are available: Sam's Club, Costco, Fresh Time, Fresh Market, Meijer, Jewel, Butera, Aldi, Binny's.
The Binny's is probably fucking huge. Do you go there a lot or no?
Not as often as I'd like, because people scoop those motherfuckers up quick. Because your check averages are high.
Oh.
The amount of the time in the store is lower because,
it's easy to go grab some fucking.
Right. You're buying a handle of fucking whiskey or something. You're already over $40-$50 right there.
And it's easy to find.
And right now. And
hey, where's the Jack Daniels? Aisle 2, bottom left.
And that's the thing. Right now, Binny's has so many people working there, and there's so many people InstaCart. And over the last couple of weeks, I don't know if we touched on this the first time that you had brought it up or we were talking about it, but I would say right now when I'm out shopping, on average, I would say the shoppers that are in the store, it's probably 80 to 85% InstaCart shoppers.
Shut up.
Swear to God.
You think? Wait. So when I went to Mariano's earlier, you would bet.
I don't know if Mariano's is part of the platform.
Let's just say
I don't have
were.
one near me. But
All right, let's just say I
yeah.
went to Jewel.
Yeah.
Let's just say it was Jewel.
Yeah.
You would say 80% of people in there.
Without question.
Really?
There's been times that I've gone to some of the smaller places like Fresh Market. Do you know where Fresh Market is in off of Randall? Near
I don't know
the
that
Lowe's?
one, but I know of
Okay.
Them.
There was one morning that I was in there. There was probably about 25 people in there. 100% of them were Instacart shoppers.
So it's that fucking big?
Everybody was down on their phone scanning items. Everybody.
And you think going forward until shit is calm is going to be an overwhelming percentage?
I do. Instacart themselves even said that they were looking to hire an additional 150,000 people nationwide throughout this, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Now let me ask you this: Do you
Chris.
think that it'll slow down when the shit's over, or will people say, you know what, nah, this is too good?
Yeah, I think it's going to lie somewhere in the middle, because I think once shit slows down, people will, want to go grocery shop for themselves to get out of the house or whatever. But there's going to be a percentage of people that are like, wow, this was convenient. This is easy. I can be.
So how much is it? It goes based on how much you have to get?
Yeah, essentially. It's based on, I guess, the amount of the order.
So let's say I have $100 order. What are you getting typically? Or does it matter?
So you as the consumer have the option to tip. So that's built into it.
That's huge.
Instacart pays us, I think it's roughly about 5% of the order plus mileage, plus like 60 cents a mile based on where you're going to drop it off.
But that order is they're adding the extra in, obviously.
Yeah. So like, sometimes I'll see an order and it's like $33 batch, and I'll look at the batch and it breaks it down. It says $17 from Instacart and then $18, or I don't know, I can't do the math.
Whatever the math is.
$16 from, a $16 tip. Generally when I cash out week to week, it's almost a 50-50 split between what Instacart is paying versus what people are tipping.
So going forward,
yeah,
you strongly suggest that to people.
I do. Right now, if you're at home and you don't have shit
going
to do,
forward, I'm talking like when the shit goes back, is it still a great job to have?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, and that's hard to say because there's going to be a lot of people that are doing it now.
Because of that, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I'll be honest, my mindset right now,
you're not going to stop.
I don't think I'm going to stop because it's easy, it's flexible. I could do it when I want to do it, and now that I'm getting better at it and understand how to do it. I even went on Amazon and I bought, because a lot of the produce you have to weigh. And a lot of grocery stores now, back in the day, I feel like there used to be scales everywhere throughout the produce section.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, you're right.
Now there's like 1 or 2 throughout the produce section. And for Instacart, every time you get produce, you have to weigh it. You have to enter the quantity, like 4 apples, and how much do the fucking apples weigh.
So that takes time.
Slows down. So I bought a little hand scale. Like I hang it from my finger. It's a digital scale. I hang the bag on there.
Look at you. That's
Boom.
just smart. Wait. It's because you have to prove that that's exactly how much?
I think because it estimates the cost for the consumer. That they know like apples are 59 cents a pound, and you're putting 4 apples, 59 cents.
So you could just do that at the thing.
Right.
But you still have to do it at the register, right?
Yeah, the register does
you
it.
do self-checkout or no?
No, I always do it through someone. But you scan every item as you're picking it up. So
there you go.
Because it tabulates like what the running tally would be. Because I think, and because I've never been a consumer using this platform, I think like they pay into the service and there's just money kind of floating out there. So they pay to Instacart X amount of dollars based on their,
batch.
Predetermined order batch. Yeah, exactly. And then once that's all confirmed, as I'm scanning things, that money is then getting released to my credit card that's associated with that batch.
Okay. So what you're saying is, at least for now, for sure, if you need a couple extra bucks,
It's a legit way to make some money.
and it's actually decent, and if you're willing to work 13 hours,
You're whatever you put into it, you'll get back out of it.
wow. Okay. So can you make some good money? Like good? Like can you?
I've had some days where I've gotten close to $300, where I'm putting in about 6-7 hours.
Are you kidding me?
6-7 hours, yeah, 6-7 hours of actual time. And sometimes people will tip you on top of the tip, like in cash. I've had
What percentage of that would you say happens?
15-20% of the time.
Yeah, so you get a little, that's a little extra on top. That's pretty
Right.
good.
And some of those people are really generous. Like sometimes I'll get an envelope taped outside their door that says my name, Matthew, Instacart. And there'll be like a $20 tip on there. And they've already tipped me $10-15 for getting their order.
So they just wait. So you just leave it at the front?
No contact, brother.
Is that what the whole thing is?
Yeah. Especially right now. Before you could hand it to the person. But I mean,
Is that the rules or that's just how people get down?
now it's the rules. You just leave it at the door, take a picture, ring the doorbell, and bounce. Unless it's a liquor order, you have to verify their ID. And the only verification is because they enter all their information on the app. We just need to verify it. And by verify it, it's just the name on the card, and I have to type in their birth date, their expiration date, and the state that issued the license.
Which is whatever. It's
right.
quick.
You can scan it, or they can verbalize it to you, and I can just type it in.
All right.
Because it used to require a signature on your phone the first week that I did it, and then they got rid of that.
And you never went the unemployment route?
No, I did.
Sorry. But it shouldn't matter. Because are you, okay, maybe I'm saying too much.
I don't know who's watching this.
First of all, not too many people watching, but more people listening for sure. I'm not going to ask the question.
But Chris, I thought you cares none.
Well, I do. No, I care some.
I like that.
I care some. You know what? That's a good point. Because I bet you the people listening now, if there's any new listeners just coming in that are coming in right now that didn't listen to episode 1 or 2 or 3, I kind of want to. It's been a while now since I've talked about the reason why I did this podcast.
Right.
At the end of the day, the title is Caresnone. So like, what that means is like, it doesn't mean like fuck everything. I don't give a fuck, which is easy to get in that mode right now, which is quarantine. It's easy to say I don't care. Like,
but that's certainly not your personality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I mean, knowing you, I get the cares none moniker. I get it totally.
But I know not a cares none person. Right.
You care a lot.
I care for maybe too goddamn much. But what it is a tool to tell myself or whoever's listening to tell yourself that if there's something that you know you want to do, that's when you use the cares none the most. Right. Now, you can say it jokingly like I do a lot, like, oh, fuck, there's a dick in my ass, cares none, right? That's a joke.
If I had a nickel for every time he said that.
It's very clearly a joke. No, but in that situation, you can say it whenever. But if you're like being serious, that cares none thing, for me at least, and what I mean by it as the creator of it, cares none to the things that will stop you from doing what you want to do, ultimately. Right. Like
and cares none to the outside noise. You want to do it, just do it.
Yep.
Find a way.
Because I'm telling you, and it still happens to this day. I still sometimes don't do things that I want to do because of the outside noise. Not necessarily what anybody says. It might even be in my own head because I'm caring about what outside. So anything that's to do. So when you have a thought and you want to do something and then you don't do it for whatever reason, cares none to that reason. So that's what that whole thing is. So I do care a lot actually.
Right. Well, amen.
But then the second part of that cares none, be dope, kind of goes into what I was just saying. That be dope part is huge because the be dope part is just be your dope is dope. Whatever you think is dope, be that. You know what I'm saying? And you have the choice to do that.
Right. Clearly, we all do.
That's the best part about this thing. People, I get this a lot. How are you so confident? I get that a lot. I don't know if that's a dig. Like, why are you so fucking confident? Right? I don't know if that's a dig or not. But I get that a lot. Even from ladies and shit. It really comes down to this. Ultimately, I know that it's not necessarily easy. It's easier said than done. But it really is this easy. Just decide. Just decide.
And own it.
And whatever you got to do to get to that moment of, you know what, fuck it, I am, and you believe that, that's what you have to work on. But literally, it's just a choice. And I still battle with that. Hence, probably why I called this podcast that, because it's like I'm just still. But you got to keep telling yourself shit. I was talking to Steve the other day, and him and I've been talking for like 3 hours a day on the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta meet Steve.
I know. I don't like the nigga no more, to be honest. I don't like him no more.
I'm starting to believe Steve doesn't exist, man.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I've known you for a long time. I always hear about Steve. I ain't never met Steve.
Shut up. You know Steve's allowed. You know what? Hey, Steve, y'all, you hear that nigga?
Steve.
Yeah.
Let's get a beer.
Stop bullshitting.
Once the quarantine's over.
Yeah. But so we were talking literally. We talk every day for like a minimum hour, which is crazy. I don't know.
He's still working, right? I'd imagine, right? From home?
No, he's like construction or some shit. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His wife's still working, though.
Okay.
And she works at an old folks' home.
Ooh.
So she's like, it's hella rules, hella vicious.
I'm sure. Whereabouts?
Arlington Heights, I think. So
okay.
I want to say Lutheran something. I don't know the exact name.
Gotcha.
But it's somewhere that's fucked up. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But It's definitely in Arlington Heights.
Caresnone.
But anyways, there's like, so Steve's more worried. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but he's more worried about Courtney with this thing than his wife, than him catching something.
Gotcha.
And I don't know why I brought that up, but it was kind of a good point to me because I personally am not, like I went out today and I did not put shit on. But I would say 70% of people, maybe 60% do. Maybe I would say majority of the people I've seen have it on.
Especially now, yeah. There's still definitely, I mean, a percentage of people that don't, no mask, no gloves, that just don't give a shit.
And it's like, but that felt like there was a negative connotation. I just personally, the numbers, man, the numbers just don't scare me off enough.
I get it.
And I feel like I'm relatively healthy. I'm younger enough. Now,
right.
I know what people can say. Now, mind you, I'm still following the rules. Like, I'm still at the crib 99% of my day.
Yeah.
For a month. By my fucking self. I'm sitting here going fucking crazy.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but, man, you've been doing some stuff, though, in your kitchen, though.
Bro, I found a new love again.
Yeah.
So you knew I think we spoke about I can cook, but
totally. But I seeing the visuals, man. I mean, I never knew. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that stuff tastes like shit and just looks really good.
It could.
But it looks like it doesn't taste like shit.
Well, let me be honest. Let me be honest. Anybody listening right now? At the end of the day, even if it looked like shit, lighting is a motherfucker. Lighting gets you 10% good.
And we taste with our eyes first.
Right, so you see some pretty. Then the plating is just art. At the end of the day, just what looks cool.
Totally, man.
At the end of the day, what looks cool? It's your choice. You get to decide. Now, I do know that I've taken, and you as a person who cooks a lot and knows the plate presentation, I do think that I've seen things in the past that give me a guide of what to do. Like for instance, like a mashed potato on the end, one of the corners, and then you can like level shit off.
Yes.
And that's just art though.
Right.
I feel like that's easy.
But yeah, you watch cooking. Yeah, you just see it and you just know you're in the business. You just get it.
I just get it. Like, okay, you just know how to, and you can kind of do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want.
The easiest thing to
do you use these lightings when you take your pictures, or you just use?
What do you think? No, you know what? First of all, what do you think?
Some of them, I mean, they look professional, like professional food photos.
It's professional fucking lights. Okay. So you got the lights. No, but there's a couple times, and there's actually better. Is the outside light is better than these.
So you will take the food outside and take a picture?
No, I'll just take it by the window.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sometimes the best lighting is the natural light from outside. And if you get the right time of day, it can't be sunny, but it got to be bright. It can't be like a overcast.
Yeah.
But you can get to that whatever time that is. Let's just say here it's 1:30 if you're in, by the window. But at night, this is the best way to do it, But I'm telling you, a good percentage of cooking is just to get the lighting right, get your picture game right. I got a 4K camera on my phone that has a portrait mode. So it's like I just make them pretty off top, off top. But I have been cooking for a minute. I mean, I was for hundo for a reason.
I was actually kind of hoping when I came here tonight you were going to have something cooking.
You know what? Can I be honest to you? Contemplated dessert. I contemplated another peach cobbler dump cake.
The dump cake you made for me before, man.
So
or made
close.
Before, not made for me, but.
Can I be honest to you why I did not go forward, though, with it?
Because you already had one earlier today?
No, I did not have a whole peach cobbler dump cake.
I'm asking. I don't know.
No. So I was at the Mariano's thinking, I should make a little something for my boy, And then, but the thought that came to my mind is I should not have it in my house. So unless you were going to take it home, I did not want it in my house.
I gotcha.
So I'm sure you probably would have said, yeah, I'll take it. Even if you didn't want it, you would probably take it. I would assume. But I didn't want to have to go through that confrontation. I cares some.
I cares some.
Or I cares none, so I just stopped. So regardless.
Right.
But I swear on my mother's grave on Steve Carl and his kid, I was like, I should do something. And to be honest, I still can, nigga. I stocked up. I got meat on deck. I got food. I got veggies, all kind of shit. You know what I gave up, though?
What'd you give up?
I didn't give up. But carbs, the rice, the potato.
Really?
I don't know. The last week, it's been a meat and a veggie.
That's good. I could never.
No.
I love me some carbs.
Bro, I had gained like a legit 10 pounds.
I gotcha.
So I say, wait a minute. And I jumped on that scale. I said, wait, okay. Something's got to give. And you're probably not going to stop drinking. Right? That's what I'm thinking.
Not during the quarantine. Fuck no.
That's what that sounds crazy. That sounds so crazy. So anyways, so I said, you know, what can I give up? And it was been cold, so I'm like, all right, I'm not about to go out and run 2 miles every day when it's 30 degrees and snowing 6 feet or whatever.
It's supposed to snow tonight.
That's supposedly. I was a little worried. I'm like, we gotta get you out before it's 6 feet.
Jevin said it'll snow tonight.
He said, what did he mean? What did he mean by tonight? And shout out to Jevin. We mean Jeff Evans.
Jeff Evans, yes.
Yeah,
he's actually on his way to St. Louis right now. Jeff, I hope you're getting there safely.
He love that girl, don't he?
He does.
He's in love, bro.
She was just up here last weekend.
Doing what?
Hanging out
I
with
thought
Jeff.
it was a quarantine. Stay your ass at home.
She's a registered nurse, man. She was.
Oh, okay. No,
she was taking his
first of all,
temperature
I don't.
rectally.
No, but so we were talking about Jeff. Joff, what were we talking about?
Jevins, snowing.
Snowing. We were talking about snowing.
We're talking about Jevins. I just said Jevins knows best. It's supposed to snow tonight.
Yeah, that's on you then. You fucked me up with this. That's on you.
I'm
letting
sorry.
you take
Circle
it.
back. What do we do? What am I doing?
Je-
Jeff knows about the weather.
No, we were talking about cooking. We were talking about cooking.
And we were talking about snow. Oh, you said you weren't running because it's cold
Yeah,
out,
there you
snow,
go, there you
6
go.
feet
We're
of
back,
snow,
we're back,
whatever.
we're back.
Okay.
There you go.
Whew.
So I'm
Put
like,
it on
you
me.
know
I
what?
got you, man.
Yeah,
I got you.
me. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? You don't need the rice. You don't need the naan. I love naan. You like naan?
Oh, dude. So we make non-bread pizzas at the house.
Wait. You make them from scratch or?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
We get the frozen naan. But then, like, whatever towards the end of the week, whatever produce that we have, or like maybe a little leftover meat, or whatever, we chop that shit up and we bake it on a non-bread pizza with some cheese and whatever. Throw that shit in the oven for 15 minutes, and then you got these.
Does it get pretty crispy?
Oh yeah, we got a pizza stone. I don't know if that makes a difference, but we always use a pizza stone.
No. Okay. So I think the directions call like. Okay. So here's why I said that. So I love Indian food. It's like one of my favorite foods is Indian. Okay.
Do you know Indian food? Like, if I were to go to a restaurant with you, like an Indian restaurant with you, you would tell me.
I know
this,
about
get
a
that.
good. Yeah, I think I can make sure that you would enjoy your first experience.
All right.
Because I know
I've been. I just never know what to order, so I just order a bunch of shit and I don't know what's going on.
So
I need to go with someone that knows.
So this is gonna be funny.
I could use a laugh, man. We're in a quarantine.
This is gonna be funny. Guess who was the person who put me on Indian food?
Steve?
No, the other one. Bridget.
God damn it, here we go.
I swear to God. On everything I love.
Shout out to Bridget.
No, I swear to God. Listen, it's fucked up because everyone's gonna be like, he must really love this bitch. No, the stories. I had a lot of stories with this girl.
A ton of stories. Anybody that's been following knows you have a ton of stories.
I know, but
about Bridget.
But I'm telling you, that was like 3 years ago, and I know that makes me look all kind of weird. But I promise you, it just was that time frame. She loved Indian food. That was her favorite food. And I remember when I was trying to, the what do you call it when the courtship?
Courting, yeah.
I was courting her ass because I was trying to hit. Right? I worked with it, and then she's like, I love Indian. I'm like, really?
I guess. I'll try.
I'm like, really? Who the fuck likes Indian except Indians? That's what I'm thinking. My ignorant ass, right? But whatever. I'm trying.
I've enjoyed it every time I've had it. I just didn't know what I was
cultured,
eating.
motherfucker. I'm a racist piece of shit, I guess.
Wow. Says the black man to the white man.
Yeah. So she goes, my favorite food's Indian, so, and I'm thinking, our first little food date, I'm going to take her to a little Indian spot, and I'm going to just fucking.
Whereabouts was that? Was it?
So there's one down the street. It's actually not far from here.
Okay.
She grew up around here. I grew up around here. I didn't grow up around here, but I've been around here for 15 years. So there's a place right down the street that's actually really good, and good numbers, and good rating. So I'm like, hey, we go in here. So come on. And she's like, all right, oh shit, really? So here's why I brought that up. When you go in, if anybody who goes to the restaurant, or even if you get it and it's in the house, you will have that linger of the curry,
and the spices.
The spices, because it's different from what you eat. And I know, like, anybody who lives in an apartment complex, you've definitely smelt that. It isn't like, if it isn't like it's not funky. It's like you can feel that it's herbs, but it's definitely like around the same realm of the smell.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I think as an apartment complex liver in most of my life, to be honest, most of my life, that shit smells funky. But when you open your fucking mind and you go to a restaurant, you clearly know that it's clean. So you realize, no, it's the spices.
Yeah, see, I love that. I when I used to live, I guess this is thinking back retrospectively, but I love the smell of cooking. You know, and I
Cooking or
cooking and the spice, what you're talking about. Like I can
like
think
coriander, curry,
all that. Yeah. I can think back to walking through apartments and now appreciating that smell.
Because you see it now, you can get past that.
Right. You know, but yeah, in the moment then being
young and dumb
and not knowing like
it
what the
fucking
fuck
smells
is
like
that?
shit,
Yeah, it
right.
smells weird, you know, but now it's like I can
No,
I
it's
can
different,
envision that
right.
smell. I can almost smell it in my nose right now as you're talking about it and be like, I mean, that's the smell of like, I don't know, love, family, I don't know, something. Like there's something
in there
going on
cooking.
there. Yeah, man.
There's something. Okay, so I want to finish with the first point, but there is something about cooking, especially for someone that feels good.
Totally.
That's like the beginning of time shit. Like the caveman. Me get meat. Okay, me make meal F meat. Me want ass. Okay, me give you ass after meat. After meat. But you make sure bring meat. Okay, you make sure you give ass.
And that's it. That was the first transaction.
Wait, that was that. That was. And hey, what's really changed? Nothing's really changed.
Not much.
That's one of the funniest ever. So, anyways, but to go back to that first point, the Indian food, I didn't make those sauces from scratch. And I'm not even sure if this is the point we were going.
Well, just roll with
But,
it,
hey,
man.
I'm
Who
rolling
cares?
with it.
We're in a quarantine. Fuck it.
But I bought the pre-made Indian. So, the original point was, could I tell you the dishes if we went to an Indian restaurant?
Or just tell me what to order and just say, what just happened?
I don't know. You heard that though, right?
I did. I heard it and I felt it.
Hey, we're good though.
Okay, we're good.
Hey, we're good. That was weird. I wonder if that was the interface.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, unless the power surge or something.
I don't know.
Okay, for those of you, I don't know if you heard it, maybe you didn't hear it, but
There was a hiccup. Some kind of fucking.
it was like not to bring it up, but it was kind of like the thing you went through like a month ago or 2 months ago, where like it slowed down for
with the heart. Yeah, it was.
It was like a
Oh yeah.
It was super weird. So for a second I'm like, no. In my mind I'm like, no. Don't just my whole life die on me. That's what I'm thinking. My life just died.
But we're good. I feel good. It feels
Yeah,
good.
it feels pretty normal right now. Now I lost my point.
Me too.
We were talking about Indian food.
Yes, we were.
Indian food. I could go to a restaurant, and because of Bridget, that was the reason. Yeah, now I'm circling.
Yeah.
Getting back, so I went to this restaurant, and then I opened my mind, and then she was like, no, trust me, get this. I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying.
See, that's what I need.
Right.
I need a director.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I like it all, and I love to eat, and that's not a problem. But I want someone there to tell me exactly what I'm eating. Not that you need to be Indian or you need to, dissect the meal for me, but just like, oh no, you'll like this because whatever. Or
I'm gonna
I
tell
like
you. I'm gonna just help you
because.
right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Me.
This is all you got to do.
Shawarma.
Shawarma isn't Indian.
All right, there
I
you
think
go. See?
shawarma
I'm naive.
might be Greek.
You might be right.
Like I really think shawarma might be like the naf naf. You ever been to naf naf?
I haven't been a naf naf, and I've heard a lot of great things about naf
Bro,
naf.
naf naf is.
Where the fuck is there a naf naf?
There's definitely one right here. Like it's not that far from here in Naperville, but I'm not sure if there's a million of them. No, or like
It's just the one.
no, there's definitely more than one. There's got to be
Okay.
more than one. Hey Google, how many naf naf restaurants are there?
Have you ever watched?
I'm not sure, but I found some information for how many nephrons in a kidney.
What the fuck?
Hear it?
No,
No nephrons.
No nephrons.
You ever watch the old SNLs with Eddie Murphy
Years ago, I was like a child. So I
when he
wouldn't
does
remember.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood?
No,
When
I'd have to
it's like
check
a
it
riff
out.
off of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I would have to check it out, but no, I don't know.
Okay, but anytime someone knocks at the door, he's always like, "Who is it?"
Oh, you know what? Okay, I've heard him say that before.
Yeah. So every time hey Google, I always think of Eddie Murphy.
I'd be at the crib by myself. Hey,
Hey Google.
Hey! I was watching a video today where I was trying to figure out how to use my Xbox with it's happening again.
It is happening again.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know.
It happened again.
Maybe it's whiskey drunk.
This-
Is everything like tight in the ports?
That's almost like a power thing, right? It felt like the power went down. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what to do.
But it's just that.
It could just be cheap shit because then I'm not fucking Joe Rogan.
That's true.
That's the first time since I've been doing this that I've heard that. So we'll see, and then I'll look into it. So what I'll do later is I'll reconnect every wire that's possible.
Gotcha. Because we're hearing it, but I guess we don't know if it's because of the headphones or the microphone.
Well, it's definitely not the headphones because unless it's what we're hearing through the audio phase. But it's definitely not the headphones themselves because we both heard it. If it was...
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
We both heard
so
it.
it has to do more something with the microphones.
I think it's more either the computer or the interface.
Right, because we both heard it,
exactly
and it happened on my microphone and on your microphone, so it has to be something. Look at us.
It's computers or interface.
Boom.
Or just live fucking with us, the glitch in the Matrix.
Could be a glitch in the Matrix.
Which I watched yesterday, the first two. Just cause.
They're coming out with a fourth one?
Well, is they still coming out with it? I don't know.
You know they were coming out with a fourth one?
I did know they were coming out with one. And with John Wick 4, if I'm not mistaken, the same day.
Really?
John, then that's like, what's his nigga's name? What's his name?
Keanu
Reeves.
That's going to be a good day for him. He gives away 90% of his money, though.
Really?
Oh, the guy doesn't, he lives, in a townhouse or something. He lives...
I did not know that.
He lives very minimally... I mean, he lives all right. Don't get
he's
me
good.
wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
but
come
I mean,
on.
he's not one of those A-list Hollywood actors that just, whatever. He just takes what he needs and he gives away the rest.
So it seems like he's a good guy.
It seems like he's a good guy.
Well, Hollywood, there's a lot of hoopla around Hollywood right now.
How so, Chris?
Now,
Is this one of your conspiracy theories?
Now, okay, so conspiracy. That's the next point.
Let's
what was
finish.
the first point? The Chinese
Indian food.
Indian food, right?
I want some goddamn Indian food right
and
now.
I know what to tell you. Here's only 4 things you need to know.
Okay.
If you can remember these, or at least one of them when you go, you'll go.
I'll re-listen to the podcast.
So you know you've never tasted Indian at all?
No, we have gone out and we've
No, you have, yeah, but you don't know the names of the shit.
yeah, and I never know what to order. I just order stuff and just hope I like it.
Well, at the end of the day, it tells you because they know that so you can read. But even reading what they have, how does that really taste? Tiki masala is one of the most popular dishes.
Okay.
Korma.
Korma.
Korma. Korma. Butter sauce, and it's not what you think. It isn't butter. It's actually red. It's I got some in there. It's like a butter something. But it don't taste nothing like. I mean, there's probably a ton of butter in it, but it's not.
But
like
it's
a
spiced
garlic,
with something,
and it's red. So I would think that when I hear butter, I think of garlic butter.
Yeah.
Noodles is clear. This shit is red. And then tiki masala, and then curry, which obviously you know that.
Gotcha.
So curry. Tiki
What's the appetizer or something? I've seen it on some cooking shows where it's just
it's white.
It's like a bunch of sauces and a bunch of stuff with either naan, I don't know if it's naan or roti prata bread or whatever, and you just kind of you just dip and mix and just everything is with
and it's
your
an
fingers.
App?
Yeah.
Okay, so I never knew that.
I think it's an app. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's an entree. But I mean,
you saw people sharing it, or you've gotten it and it's shareable?
No, I've seen it shared on TV. And everyone's just kind of using their fingers, just taking the bread, you dip it a little bit in this, you dip it in that.
See,
or
to
you
me,
put
that
a little
reminds me
something
of
in
Ethiopian, which I've never had, but I've heard it. It's awesome. Shout out Bridget. She told me Ethiopian's really good too. She said it. I've never had it. And I guess it's like this. It looks like a fucking the bread did you eat supposedly looks like a rag, or I could be wrong.
right. And I know what you're
and
talking
then you just
about.
grab,
Yeah.
From what I know, Indian is you scoop your shit. No, okay, so you whatever you so you order it. So it's 2-to-1, if that makes any sense. So if you and I went to this place, we would order. Let me get a tiki masala.
I gotta say, man, I love talking about food right now with you.
I mean,
when
this is done, I'll make you something easily. So what you do is you would order a tiki. So we say, let me get the tiki masala and the chicken korma, and tiki masala, and then you pick whatever meat or nothing. I could do just nothing because I personally love sauce, rice, and naan. That's delicious.
Yeah.
The naan is, and then I like the garlic because I love garlic. You like garlic?
Oh my God, fucking love garlic. My wife and I, Christine and I, every time if we're following a recipe, if it says 3 cloves of garlic, easily
4?
doubled or tripled. No joke.
Oh, you go hard.
Oh
in the
yeah,
paint.
we love garlic, both of us. I mean, insane. We buy a bag of garlic almost every week. We go through some.
So you buy you buy a big one,
Yeah, that
not
has
just like the little sleeve.
Well, it's a bag that has like I get maybe you're thinking of the sleeve too, but it has like
yeah.
5 to 8 cloves in it.
I believe it's called bulbs.
Bulbs.
I think,
Yeah,
it's
not
called-
cloves. Yeah, because
cloves
one.
is each
Yeah,
clove,
yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right. Thank you.
Hey, step your game.
Thank you,
Step
Chris.
your garlic game.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Hey, step your garlic game up. I love garlic.
But that's what I mean. Like I think of one bulb as a clove. Like
What hot wing sauce do you order?
mango habanero
That's
is
a
my
good
favorite.
one. That's a good
If
one.
I'm going to like, and you say what wing hot sauce, I'm thinking of B-dubs.
Yeah, that's like the one. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like-
but mango habanero is my favorite from there.
that's because it's got the sweet, but it still got a little. It got a little bop bop hit you in your neck.
Right. So I always do like the small plate. Like I'll do the mango habanero just because that's what I love, and then I'll do whatever the smallest portion of whatever I can do of like whatever they're super hot, like the hottest motherfucker that they have, because I love heat just to check it out and test
Wait,
myself.
like you savage? You'll go blazing? You'll go
Every
911?
every time, just to test it out, man.
So you okay?
I'm not saying I finish it all the time, but
Okay.
I love heat and I love to try it and I like to test myself with that shit.
You want to test? I got a test for you.
Test me, brother. We can do it right now. You got
ain't-
it?
No, I don't because it actually is hard to get. You ever heard of the Pacquiao one chip challenge?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
So it was a thing maybe like 2 years ago. And Pacquiao, I think it's Paqui. I think that's the name of the brand. They make a chip, like a tortilla chip. And like the regular chips are hot. Like just if you go to the gas station and get the Pacquiao brand tortilla chips, you guys have seen them. Some people have seen them. Though you think flaming hot Doritos are hot, these got some.
Yeah, flaming hot Doritos ain't shit.
That
man.
ain't that shit. But some people think those are hot. Okay,
Yeah.
and so these make those look like a joke. Like those are cool. It's almost cold, like Cool Ranch. Like oh shit. Then that same brand makes a one chip challenge, and they put it online.
Ooh.
It's literally comes in a box. The box is designed like a coffin.
Of course.
It's literally one chip wrapped like individually, and then it costs like you have to buy them in 5 or I think they're like $5 each chip, so it's expensive. And so whenever they go online, they sell them, like they sell out. Steve bought some. Like just randomly was like, I don't know. I thought something told me to buy them, and I know they're hard to get. Like as soon as they go on sale, they're sold out. That's how vicious it is. And people were doing these challenges. Anyways, he's like, if you know you a man, because me and Steve like hot shit, but we talk shit to each other. But you don't really like hot shit, and then we each push each other. Well, this chip, we did it, and we did it on camera. It's on the Instagram page. I'm shocked that you haven't seen it.
I'm not.
So
Not on Instagram.
So shout out to I put it on Facebook too. So shout out to me, Steve, and Robert, and we did the one chip challenge on camera. And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna tell you the truth about this chip. You don't mind hitting a little heat where you don't mind dealing with that.
Don't mind it.
Like a hot chili.
Don't mind it.
This chip is a new breed. It's a new breed.
I'm interested, man.
So it's like a perfect Dorito, but it's a little thicker. So it's like a thicker Dorito, and you know how red and like peppery, dusty, like a good flaming hot looks. If it's like a good one,
Yeah.
it's like 3 times that. It's
I
like
can picture right now.
it's black almost. As a matter of fact, I think it was black. I think the chip was black. Right, because all the videos, because I was watching, because he was like, we're going to do this, and I knew we were going to do it on tape, so I was watching videos and saying, how fucked up is this? About to put myself in some real trouble? And all these chips were red. I'm like, all right, whatever. Da, da, da. And people were freaking out and shit. Like, major celebrities. Y'all could, anybody listening right now, go on, you can pause this, go on YouTube, and type in one chip challenge. I promise you it'll come up. And this chip, you put it in, and at first, as a person who doesn't mind heat, you're like, all right, yeah, whatever.
It's not bad.
But what you don't realize is the shit's dry. And it's just any moisture in your mouth, gone. 13 seconds, gone. No moisture. All hurtful, hot dust. But because you're a G, because you eat hot food, you're like, okay. And it's going to take you a minute to chew because you don't got the saliva helping you chew. So you and that motherfucker chew. Then finally, you get it down. And then you're like, all right, well, yeah, it was good, but we're good. No.
No. No.
That motherfucker is intense. You ever seen what's the anime shit they what's that shit all the young motherfuckers like where the fucking cartoons going crazy and he's going berserk? Oh shit.
Anime?
It's not anime, it's like Super Saiyan.
Oh
Saiyan.
man, you asking the wrong
shit.
guy. I know what TikTok was till I came to your house today.
Which is crazy.
Or Snapped.
Wait, hold on. I gotta Google that because that's fucked up. Hold on. Super Saiyan?
I Google.
Here are some headlines.
Yeah, Super Goku? Yeah, Goku.
I have
You never
no
heard of
idea,
that?
bro.
Okay. That's
No
how old we is for you young niggas. Hey, we old. So it's Goku. It's a it's this cartoon where the guy is known for going fucking berserk. He's known for going crazy. That's how you gonna get if you hit this chip. You're gonna just it's steam in your soul, and it and
I want that.
and the reason why we did it on camera is who's gonna tap out first. So normally you would use like a milk substance to calm down the heat. Steve's lactose intolerant, so we all the deal was none of us could use milk.
Yeah, I gotcha.
We had options, but it wasn't milk, which is the number one thing to kill that.
Yes.
We had a giant gummy bear.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about like the big. So imagine
Yeah,
gummy
no, I
bear.
gotcha.
Yeah, it was
Like an actual teddy bear
that's-
gummy bear.
Yeah, it was huge. We had that. We had peanut butter. We obviously had water, but water actually makes it worse. It feels
Water
like.
makes
Yeah,
it worse.
I
It
feel like
spreads it. Like
Yeah.
water and like
Horrible.
carbonated beverages spread it.
Horrible. And then we had something else. And it's y'all check out my Instagram. Go down like a few thumb swipes. It's down there. That you want to talk about hot? Do the one chip challenge on tape. You'll survive. You'll be fine. But you're gonna feel that like the intenseness for 5 minutes. Intense. I'm talking intense. Like, and you're gonna be moving and shit. You're gonna be like, it's
I
like.
don't know if I'm gonna survive.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
survive.
But even once it calms down, your fucking stomach's on fire, right? And then your shit will be on fire for 2 days. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna get rid of the remedies for 2 days.
Throw a couple rolls of toilet paper in the freezer for that one.
I never. Does that work?
Try it, man.
Have you ever done that?
I'm not gonna say, man.
I never. So you have.
Or chase it with some ice cream.
Well, you know what? No, if you drink milk, you'll probably be fine. I think that because of our deal is why it probably hurt us, and I just didn't consider to drink milk when he left. Never even considered that. It was kind of dumb, to be honest.
I normally don't when I mean I've had hot.
You ain't had this chip.
No, I haven't had this. I haven't had that chip. No, but normally I don't chase stuff with milk. I normally ride the wave of the heat just because for me, as a psychopath or whatever, like I like to ride the wave of that because I do enjoy
Something it is. You like that pain?
something about it.
You
yeah.
like your nipples pinched and shit?
Love it, man. Fucking-
You like Prince Alberts and shit like that? Or
yeah, like when my
Do you
wife.
have one?
My wife doesn't smoke cigars, but I tell her to light one up and just put it on my taint, just for shits and giggles.
Right underneath the bottom. How
That's
close?
right.
How many inches from the asshole?
It depends on what day of the week it is, to be honest.
A random Wednesday.
A random Wednesday, it's 2.5 inches. So.
Oh, that ain't that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah. But on a Friday, you get it close. Let's get it close.
Let's get it close.
like a half centimeter.
But then it gets closer to the balls,
then you.
It's a game you got to play.
What do you think is worse? What do you think? That's a question for you.
The asshole. I feel like the asshole is probably more sensitive, right? I mean, not that balls aren't sensitive, but I feel like the skin closer to the asshole.
I think that the heat pain would be more sensitive to the asshole.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I think the pressure pain would be more sensitive to the balls.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I think pressure to the butthole, like, mind you.
Where are we going here, bro?
Wait. I ain't never had no ass play. I've never on everything I love. Why are you looking at me like
I don't know.
Why are you looking at me like
You
that?
made an asshole comment earlier.
Hey, you know what? The quarantine's been fucking with me, man.
I get it. It's been fucking with everybody.
No,
How has it been fucking with y'all?
the quarantine, man. Gained a little weight. Oh no, the conspiracies. I want to talk about the conspiracies.
We're just talking about your butthole.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the butthole no more.
All right, good. We're off the butthole.
It's there though.
It is there.
It's there, and that motherfucker is working with shit. Not because of hot food. I've been eating a lot. It has nothing to do with nothing else but other than eating.
All right, good.
Because I know you looking at me crazy.
Go ahead. No, hey,
You
man.
looking
It's
at
all
me
good.
Crazy. Yeah, I got a lot of conspiracies, man. I've been a lot of my day consumes that. Like a good 20% of my day is learning the conspiracies.
So what do you got?
So there's some good ones, man. There's some good ones, and I'm gonna fuck this up. But there's a new documentary came out recently called "Out of the Shadows." Have you heard about this?
I have not.
It had 1 million views in a day.
Whew.
So like that.
What's
shit's
that on?
YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube. It's talking about, and this is gonna, spoiler alert or fucking parental advisory, pedophilia amongst the higher ups and people who got it. Supposedly, and the shit makes sense, man. The shit makes. And then listen. So I was talking to Steve about an hour and a half today about this. He's more on the side of and I'm more on the side of right. To me, too many things are fishy. Nothing's proof. Like I didn't see fucking Will Smith put his disclaimer. This is a joke. I didn't see Will Smith put his cock in some kid's butt. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But I have seen so and so was on the plane of Epstein. Do you know about the Epstein situation? What do you know about the Epstein situation?
I know he was a fuckbag, and a lot of people have ties with said fuckbag.
Yeah, ultimately that is what's going on. He's a fuckbag, and people have ties. Like some of the big people got ties.
Right, like Oprah has ties to the fuckbag.
Yeah, Obama has got ties to the fuckbag.
Yeah.
Hillary got ties to the fuckbag. Podesta, who was in trouble for that shit, literally in court for child porn, trafficking. Like and there's a lot of people that they're connected to that are in jail. People that aren't necessarily celebrities but are big names are in jail or served time or maybe you got acquitted but you were charged for this. So there was a thought that I brought up, and I heard this somewhere. When I mentioned, now mind you, I don't necessarily, this isn't everybody, but what do you think the overall consensus is of Catholic priest? What do you think most people think in America, at least?
I honestly, I don't have an opinion on that. I don't know.
So you don't know what you think people think?
I don't think. Yeah, no.
Not what you think.
Right. I don't.
Do you know the running joke?
Is that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
Is the running joke.
So that the fact that that's a running joke amongst a lot of people.
Right. I know that's a running joke, but I don't have a basis that I feel that most people think one way or the other. I think maybe some people will make that joke, but I don't know if actually people feel that way. So I don't.
How many people actually know a Catholic priest though? Probably not a ton.
I don't know how many people go to church anymore.
Probably not much, but then you not only have to go to church, you got to go to the Catholic church. So then, how many people listen to this? I would imagine majority of the people have not personally met too many Catholic priests.
Right, but yes, I do know that's a running joke, but I don't know.
So you do know that a lot of Catholic priests got in trouble for that back in the day.
Yes.
So that's actually a real thing.
Right.
It happened.
Well, that was a joke before too. Like, why do altar boys always have their hair parted down the middle?
Why?
Oh, God bless you, my son.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But the fact that that's a joke, though, makes sense.
Well, that's what I mean, right?
So I'm talking to Steve, and I'm like, look, bro. And I'm like, there's a lot of these, higher-ups and supposedly the celebrities, and he's like, well, he's a cynic about that topic. And then he's almost like, why would he? And if it was such a big deal and it was so big and it was all these big names, why is nothing happening? And then whoever came out about it, why aren't they dead, right? And I'm like, you make valid points. That's why I can't say that you're 100% right or wrong. But people are connected to people who were best friends that were giving them money and all of that, and they all went to this fucking island that Epstein was at. He had his own island called Epstein Island, and there was all kind of crazy shit popping off on this island, which is right next door to Haiti. And Haiti, if I'm not mistaken, is considered one of the child trafficking countries in the world. And it's literally like, I wouldn't say a rock's throw, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing. And it's just like, so happens. Did you know how many? Okay, this is going to get a little fucked up, but this is what I've been watching. I've been watching it. What number of kids per year in America alone, just North America, go missing what number would you think per year? If you had to make a guess.
100,000.
800,000 kids go missing yearly on average.
That's fucked up.
On average. That is, you can Google that and find that actual information. That is not no bullshit. I've done it. Who the fuck's taking kids like that? Think about that. That's a big number. That's 1 million fucking kids.
Yeah.
Now, in the grand scheme of the total number of kids, which kind of goes into how I feel about this COVID shit. Yes, if 20, so kind of off topic on the same topic, if 20,000 people die from COVID in fucking Illinois or whatever, which is a huge number and no one wants to die ever, but more people than that die of the flu yearly. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the numbers are skewed. Now, Steve makes a good point because he says, well, I'm okay with you saying that, but understand that we've also had a shelter in place for a month. And I was like, good point. Yeah, so how do you know the number wasn't even higher? But my point is, even if there was 1 million people, what is 1 million people who, let's say 1 million people died from this? What is that percentage of 350 plus million people? I would argue less than 1%.
Right.
He made a good point. He goes, all right, you know, I've heard that argument, da-da-da-da. If I told you, here's a bag of M&Ms, and there's 100 M&Ms, and one of them is poisonous and you will die, and 99 of them are good, would you eat a bag? And then that's a great point. Like, I probably would not eat one. What's the point? I wouldn't do that. So then I'm like, that's a great point. So then literally this morning, Michael Jordan, I know that 30 for 30, the Michael Jordan shit's coming out. It's called The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out, like, I don't know if it's already out or it's coming out this weekend. It's like coming out. It's like a big deal. It's about the.
Are you going to watch it? I know you.
I don't have ESPN, so I don't know if somebody gives me a code or something. Maybe Steve's got my code or something. I don't know. But if I can watch it, yeah, of course I would. I don't hate Jordan. I'm a Bulls fan.
Are you sure?
No, I don't hate Jordan. I just think LeBron's the best. See, that's the problem.
Are you sure, man?
That's the fucking problem. I get shitted on because I think that he's the greatest, but that doesn't mean that Jordan is trash. And Jordan was
clearly Jordan's not trash.
Some people say LeBron is trash. I've seen that comment. So like, are you trolling or do you believe that? Would you
I don't think LeBron is trash, but I don't think he. But whatever. That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, that's a whole episode.
Right.
But the point I'm making is, so then this morning, that 30 for 30, or Michael Jordan was on Good Morning America, and then they showed a clip, and they asked him that same. So I guess he got hurt in his second year of the NBA, and he wanted to play. And then so he's like, fuck. He's like, I'm good, man. I want to play. And then the team's like, well, this is an investment. We gave you whatever $1 million. Like, we can't let you go play. We got to protect you from yourself, which makes sense because the athlete's gonna want to fucking play.
Right.
So I guess he broke something or something happened, and then he was ready to go back, but not really ready to go back. And they asked him, he was like, coach or doc, I'm trying to play. And then the coach like, man, bro, like, just chill out. He goes, I got to play. So then the coach asked the doctor, what is the percentage of him getting hurt? He goes, 10%. Okay, so with the 10%, that means you also may never play again. So then Michael Jordan was like, 10%, like, I'll do that. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, you put me on. And then one of the team directors or whatever, or the GM came down and said, Mike, you don't understand the ratio of, you don't understand the risk to reward ratio. Like, and then he gave him that same principle. If I give you a bag, no, he goes, if I gave you aspirin, you had a headache, and I gave you aspirin, and there was a bottle of aspirin, there was 100 aspirin, and the 99 of them were good, and one of them were guaranteed to kill you, would you take it? And then Michael Jordan had the best response. He goes, it depends on how bad that motherfucking headache was. And I'm like, that makes sense. If it was like a regular headache, no, I'm not taking those odds. But if this is the worst, if it's like a migraine, the worst I've ever had, yeah, I'm taking 1 out of 100. Easily, probably. Yeah. So I think that is the rebuttal. I guess it kind of depends on
gamer.
It was like, listen, I hate that I'm saying it's against Jordan, but like, no, because I like Jordan. But that was a huge point against the 1 out of 100. Personally, I'm just not buying this shit, man. I'm not buying the severity of it. I'm not buying that if I go outside, I'm dead.
No, and you shouldn't.
And I think what's going to happen, I don't know. I'm not in a room full of motherfuckers on a cruise ship. I'm not in that. If I see a motherfucker, okay, I'm out. If a nigga looks a little fucked, I'm out. But, and I get like, is it more? So here's what I learned too, off topic but on topic. When you're wearing those masks, the idea is to keep it in, not necessarily to keep it from coming in.
It depends on the mask. So the mask that I walked in today to Chris's place with a mask on that I was wearing at work, and that mask is to prevent me from distributing it to anybody else. So if I were to cough or whatever, it would hold my shit in. But if someone were to cough around me, that shit would come in through my mask.
So yours specifically is for you giving it away.
Right.
And you're aware of that.
Yes. So if
Because you're a good soul, though.
I'm a good soul.
What do you think most people's mask is for? To not catch.
I think most people feel that if they're, I guess I just don't know.
You gotta get out of your own head.
I just know how educated people are.
That's the point.
Right.
I saw a podcast the other day. I think it was somebody on the Rogan. It was on Rogan's
I
podcast.
see some people going in the grocery stores just wearing a bandana.
Which does nothing damn near, right? That's like very low percentage, no?
But it prevents them from spreading the if they were to have it or if they were asymptomatic or whatever. But if they were to cough, it would prevent them from spreading it.
So that's a good question. What percentage? And me and De'Eric kind of not heated, but we debated why I'm always putting shit on numbers. For me, it makes it easier for my brain to comprehend where you are at.
Yeah.
So I always put numbers on shit.
I get it.
De'Eric hates putting numbers on shit. I personally love it. If you had to put a number on the people that you see wearing masks, what percentage of those people are wearing it for not giving their shit away?
I would say just based on the percentage of the type of masks that I see going out, and I can't speak specifically of what their mentality is. You know, they might just think that I have this mask on, I'm protecting myself.
Yeah, that's what I think most people think. No matter what they're wearing, most people would assume I'm good and I want to bring my shit, whatever I might get, back to my family.
Right. But if everyone has that mentality of wearing something, because if I'm wearing a bandana and my bandana prevents me from coughing and releasing those droplets so you can contract them, and you're wearing a bandana that prevents you from coughing and, you know, spreading out those droplets to contract, then you and I in the same room are fine in theory, right? Because neither one of us are going to spread that because they're both kind of contained within our own mask. You know, whereas some people will have the N95 masks or whatever they are. Where
I got a bunch of those.
Where, you know, I cannot be wearing a mask and I can cough right in your face and it's fine because it's not going to release that into you. But if we're both wearing the basic amount of mask or the lowest level of mask, then in theory we both should be okay. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that makes sense. If that's the way the math works, then yeah, that makes 100% sense. I guess the point that I was trying to make was what the guy was saying on the Rogan podcast. I don't know his name, so my bad. But it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. He was he came on wearing a mask, kind of how we did.
Yeah.
And he was trying to prove a point. And he ended up taking it off because whatever, you know, it can be a fucking weirdo. Like if we're gonna die, let's die together. But and Rogan, and then the guy said, "Hey, you probably wonder why I'm wearing this mask." And then Rogan goes, "No, actually, I'm not. I mean, I get it. Like the fucking world, you know, I get it." And there's just, I wonder what he really thought. I think that's what he thought, but I bet you his first thought was, "Oh, this guy's wearing a mask."
Right.
To be honest, even when you walked in today, my first thought was, "Oh, he's wearing a mask," but it wasn't like a "fuck you" or it had nothing to do with the will. It was just I noticed the mask, which is
it's the state of the world. He's just trying to be safe.
It's so different. It's such a different world right now, man. Even at the when I'm at Aldi or what the Jewel, and you probably notice it more than I do, obviously, because people are a little extra. Like people are on it.
They are on it.
They're on it, man. It's such a different world.
It's crazy going to the bank wearing a mask.
Is it worse?
Mask and gloves? No, I mean, it's just like, you know, normally you think like you're about to stick up the fucking place, and now they're just like every motherfucker's wearing this fucking.
You know, great point.
You know, everyone's wearing a fucking mask.
I just got a text from somebody today. Shout out Lindsay. Somebody ran. She goes, there was a huge accident by my crib. I'm like, what happened? She goes, I'm gonna find out. Found out there was a high-speed robbery. Her next door neighbor, the fucking car went in the house 90 miles an hour, like huge fucking
What?
Yeah, fucking shit. Right, and then she's like, it's an armed robbery. And I guess the cops was on it, and they was like, "Fucking, I'm out," and fucked up. And that's the one thing about those wild chases, man. Like, or those fast chases. Do you think you can get away?
No. No one gets away, man.
I bet you more people get away than you think.
OJ didn't get away.
He was going 20 miles an hour. He wasn't trying to get away.
Yeah, you got to move a little faster. than that.
You can't walk down the street someone getting away. I bet you it's probably more than you think.
I got away from a DUI back when I was like 21 or 22. And I don't remember which one of my good buddies was with me. It's either James or Vito. But I went,
shout out James Vito.
Yeah, I went through an apartment complex and like drove like up on the grass through a courtyard to get out of the way of the cop, and I lost him.
Oh, you went ham?
Oh, dude, I was in my eel Talon.
I used to love Talons.
Yeah, dude.
Like the cheap Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what that.
It was like the oldie version of the Eclipse. I liked it.
But yeah, I was.
Was yours souped out or no?
No.
It was just the car you bought because you had a couple bucks.
Because I had a couple. It was used. Like I don't know. I traded in my old shit. Like it was.
Wait, why you say used like that's bad?
It's not bad, but it was like the first. I didn't buy it new. Like I didn't have an option of souping it out or whatever.
Have you ever bought a brand new car?
No. I tried to a couple weeks ago. I think maybe the week after when we last did our podcast, I was trying to take advantage of the 0 for 84, no money down, no payments for 3 months. It was the first time I've ever been to a dealership where they didn't try to get me to stay.
Wait, I don't get it.
Yeah, like I wanted to trade my car in, and I was like,
they were like, nah.
I want one of these brand new trucks, but I only want to pay this much money. They're like, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, if that's the deal, I don't get it. Now, is your shit fucked up?
No, man, my credit's good. Like they're like, no, yeah, you only need like a 720 plus credit, whatever. Like I'm like, all right, yeah, I could do that.
Shout out to being white.
Yeah, man, they're just like, no, you're not gonna pay this. Like you're gonna be paying at least $400. I'm like, I don't want to pay $400.
Oh, so they gave you the idea of what it could be. So they gave you a number that you didn't want to pay.
Right.
Oh, so
but generally they're like they try to like, well, we got these used cars, we got this, that, the other.
There was no rebuttal.
There was nothing. They're just like,
this is gonna be about $400, and you're like, nope. You're like, all right.
We can't do that for you. I don't know if I went in too hot. Like I can only do this, that, or the other.
What do you think is a good price to spend for a brand new off the lot car?
Well, off the lot truck, what I want, I mean, like what I see is like everyone's paying like $500, $600, $700 plus. So I mean,
so where were you trying to go?
300. I said tops, but I'm thinking 84.
Wait, you want to? Wait.
Well, first of all,
ridiculous.
Hey, look, motherfucker.
Wait, that's ridiculous.
84 months, no payment or no interest. With a I don't know, whatever the fuck my car is trading. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Like, I mean, you're spreading that money out over fucking 7 years.
I know, but it's still like the place got to make their money too. We talking about some 300.
Hey, man.
Even ballers, they got to pay like 500.
Hey, that's fine. I ain't a baller. Motherfucker didn't want to make a deal, so he understood that I had no money.
It wasn't because of nothing else other than they're like, yeah, he ain't about to, this person is not about to go.
You
guys were like $400 off.
We were $100 off. He said $400, and I said no, that's not going to work for me. He said, well,
oh, okay, that changed it a little bit. So
good
you
luck.
said you were willing to do 4.
No, I said I was willing. I said I could do 3. It's like, well, when you say 3,
My fault, yeah.
What do you mean? I'm like $299.99.
Wait, when you say 3, what do you mean? I was like, I mean 3.
Right. I
like,
said $299.99. He's like, yeah. He's like, the best we could do is probably like right around 400, which probably to him meant like 425, 450.
Wait, which is it always is. They always add that little extra. Like, well, there's the key fee.
But I was expecting like, well, all right, well, like, what kind of trade-in do you have? Do you have any money to put down? We have this truck, maybe we have stock option trucks or, like nothing. There was nothing.
What about a used one? Or did you not get that deal on the
The used ones, it wasn't the 0 for 84. It was only on the 2019 or 2020 trucks.
And you wanted a pickup?
I do want to pick up.
You know what? I've always had this thing about pickup. Like, normally I would think of a white guy with a beard wearing plaid. I would think that, it got a little salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize you were
Hey!
No, but I feel like so Steve, he did drive a pickup. He got in an accident. He's got like some weak ass truck now. So Steve had a pickup. My buddy Mark's got a pickup. So 2 out of my 3 or 4 closest friends got pickups. And I always had this feeling like, a pickup truck, really? But when you need a pickup truck, it's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
When you need one, I got one.
That's right.
So
everybody needs a friend that has a pickup truck. And I want to be that friend that has the pickup truck.
Be careful. You're saying that out loud now.
I'm saying it out loud. I want to be that friend.
Because that comes with like free beer. That comes with like free food. Normally you get like Portillo's or something.
I'm not giving out the free beer and free
No.
food.
I
am
am
getting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
gonna
what I'm
get.
saying.
Yeah, if you're using your truck, I better at least get.
Oh, absolutely.
What do people say on Facebook? They say, "Hey, I need a truck. I'll feed you."
Right. I'll feed you or get you drunk.
Get you drunk. Right.
Right.
It's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do Tuesday night. I'll do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
I
so
like
how do
helping people out,
so
and I
how
like
do-
drinking and eating.
How do you handle that situation? Like, so let's say you go to Portillo's.
Well, first of all, I don't have a pickup truck, so I don't know yet. So this is
No,
me
I'm saying so
speculating.
if you had, but have you ever been in a situation where someone asked you? Let me use a situation. So I went out to helping somebody move. So kind of off topic on the same time.
Yeah.
Somebody's like needs help and they're going to feed you.
Yeah.
And there's no real rules spoken of. Have you ever been in that situation? If I hit you and say, hey, I need the help moving, and you're like,
Sure.
I'll help you move.
Absolutely.
I'll feed you, and you're like, cool, bet. So then we go, we're like, hey, you trying to get something to eat? You hungry? Right? And then what are you going to say?
Sure, man. What do you want?
Okay, so you will take the food deal.
If you're offering, yeah, but I won't ask for it if you don't mention it.
If I said it in the Facebook post, hey, I need help, I'll feed you. And then
Right.
you are the person that says, I'll help you, I'm off Tuesday.
Right. I'm doing it because I want to help you, not because I need you to feed me.
Okay.
If once I get to the destination and I'm helping you move in this, that, and the other, and then you say, hey, man, thanks for your help. What do you want to eat?
What if I don't say,
I won't
what do
bring
you
it
want
up.
to eat?
I won't bring it up.
Will you ever help me again?
Absolutely. You, yes.
Not okay.
Some people, maybe not. It depends on the person.
You got okay.
But if I offer to help you, I'm offering to help you because I want to help
I know,
you.
I'm fucking around. But if you're the person offering food, offer the food.
Offer the food,
Offer the
absolutely.
fucking
No,
food.
totally agree.
Offer the food.
Offer the food, offer the drink, whatever you're offering.
Whatever you're offering, follow through.
Yeah, whatever you're baiting people with, follow through on it, goddammit.
Because no one likes moving.
No one likes moving.
likes
No.
moving. As a matter of fact, there's only like 2 people that I'm willing to ask to move because I know how horrible it is. And I don't have a ton of shit, so my moves are actually not that bad. But like if you got a big dumbass like your crib, that's a move.
Oh, dude, there's so much shit in that fucking house.
If I'm moving,
I would set fire to the house before I'd ask anybody.
I'm telling you, Matt, right now, if you ask me to move, I'm gonna need crab legs
Got you.
and at least a nice wine.
Done.
It's got to be nice though.
Done.
I'm talking like, and it's got to
You
be
pick
nice.
it. You pick it.
Oh, there you go. You got a moving buddy.
But I'll never ask you.
No, I actually, so I asked Steve. Steve helps me move every time. But again, I don't have my shit. So my move with his pickup truck, which sucks a little bit, because he actually makes a good point. He goes, let me ask you a question. Do you think my time is worth $15 an hour? And I'm like, well, no, probably more than that. So then why don't you go to Menards and rent the truck
Rent
for
the truck.
$15 an hour? And I'm like, that's a great point. That's a great point. So I always see it online. People say, "Oh fuck, anybody got a truck? So you didn't get $15? Like,
Right.
take your ad." But in my case, I didn't like my license was fucked up or something. So he's like, yeah, his shit probably fucked up. So that's why I asked him. But if you're offering food, so the original question: what if you're the person on the getting end? So I offer you
Right.
Portillo's. How do you order? What do you order? And I say, get whatever you want.
So if it's Portillo's,
If it's
I tell you,
Portillo's.
I'm getting the big beef.
And I say, hey, what if I say you got $5?
Then I'm getting this. Then I'm getting the hot dog and a side of fries.
I joke. Get whatever you want.
Get whatever I want. I would just get the big beef, side of jardiniere, and a large fry with some cheese sauce. No drink.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right, how about this? Let me make that question was too easy because you knew what you wanted. I'm about to make the question a little bit more better.
All right, hit me with a splash of your wine. You got some wine?
I do.
We're not afraid of COVID.
COVID. I don't even know what that means. We're almost done anyway.
Rona.
You wouldn't even know what time we're on.
I don't even know. I don't care.
Don't
I'm
care.
just happy talking to you, brother.
I know. I already know. It's crazy. So we're talking about food. Oh, so if I say, what do you want? Whatever you want to eat, pick it. Where you picking? You just help me move my apartment so you know about what it is. Not ton. It's already boxed. All you gotta do is just
See, that's not in my nature.
I know.
It's really not, man.
So you'll just put the work. If you gotta put the work in, you put the work in.
If you're asking
What
me,
if it's ridiculous?
and
like
I'm
a mansion?
willing-
What if it's a mansion?
well, if it's a mansion, then that's different. But I mean, if it's it depends on the person, man. If you
What if I live in a mansion? I go, hey,
if you lived in a fucking mansion, you're asking me to just me and my fucking Nissan Juke to help you fucking move, and it took me fucking six weeks to fucking move everything in my Nissan Juke. Yeah, I'd probably squeeze you for something pretty good, man. But if you're just asking me, it's because I want to help you because you're my boy.
So 6 weeks, your car. It took you 6 weeks. So it's literally.
I want some Wagyu beef.
All right, we're doing Wagyu. Okay.
Okay. I want some bowl. What is it called? Some fucking crazy ass fucking caviar. I want some fucking king crab legs. I want a bottle of
Hey,
wine
one night
that you can't
you're
fucking
you're
find.
asking a lot, buddy.
Hey man, it just took me 6 weeks to move your mansion from Lyle to.
All right, how about this? Regular apartment, and all I say is whatever you want, man. Whatever you want, pick it. I don't care. And you're like, no, whatever, because I know how you are. You're gonna say, no, just do whatever. I don't
Right.
even. What you're gonna probably say is, I don't really care that much.
I don't give a shit.
Right. And then I'm gonna say, no,
And
you pick
press,
it.
press.
If I press it, and like you have to pick something, I'm gonna fuck you up. What are you gonna pick?
I'm gonna say, hey man, assuming COVID is over and this whole stay-at-home order,
Yeah, normal time.
let's find a local bar somewhere near you just moved to. Let's find a good spot. Let's just grab some drinks and a burger or something or whatever.
That is your person. You
It
are
is,
that
man.
guy.
Let's just be easy, man. Like I don't care. Let's just hang out, have a drink, and
I
something to
agree
eat.
with that,
I don't
though.
give a fuck.
Have you
what kind of
always
food-
been that guy too?
I feel like I have. You'd have to ask people that have been around me longer to see if I've always been.
So
that
I
guy.
ain't gonna lie, Steve knows. I've been put in those situations a few times where I helped out. He's like, whatever you want to eat, we're good. Even when I didn't help out, whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
And I've been like, I mean, I ain't had a bone in 22-ounce Oscar style ribeye, and I'm just saying, a little lobster mac, a little wine. And he's like, really, nigga? I'm like, I'm just saying. If taste, it sounds
Taco
like
Bell's cool too.
it would sounds like it tastes good. And he's like, all right, fuck, come on. So I have been in a situation where I literally did nothing and was asked, what do I want? And I asked for, but this was years ago when I was stupid.
Right.
Now I'm like, let's get wings. Like, for instance, on my birthday, for the last 5 years, Steve pays for my birthday dinner every time. No matter how many people are out, he even if normally he's like, I got Chris. This is my brother, you know what I'm saying? And then within the last 5 years, I haven't done this. But when I was younger and stupider, and he's asked me, and he's slick, and he think he's slick. Nigga, I realize I'm not stupid. I know you're gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? So
just saying it.
So I know you're gonna pay, and it's so he would always ask, "What are you trying to eat?" But he never says I'm gonna pay. He just goes, 'cause normally I'm the one I'm trying to do dinner, and then he goes, "All right, where you want to go? We'll go." And he never says I got it. He says, and I get it. Why would you say that?
Right.
Oh, whatever you want. Oh, we going to the Four Seasons. So I'm not do that. But the older I have gotten, I don't pick those crazy spots no more. I'm like, to be honest, I think my last 2 birthdays, what my present was that I wanted to do was just go kick it at his crib and get hot wings from the local dope. There's a spot in Wheeling or near Wheeling. Get really good hot wings.
Nice.
It's called Gators Pub. And shout out to anybody listening right now. They got some of the best wings in that area.
What's the flavor you get at Gators?
So they don't have like a ton of the. They're really good wings, but they don't have like 5 or 6. But they're really good. They're breaded though. How do you feel about breaded wings?
I like breaded wings.
No, as far as like on the competition of who's got the best wings, does breaded count? Are you a wing guy? Are you like a mean wing?
I mean,
There it is.
There it is. It's gone. We're gone. It's gone.
It happened.
We're back.
All right, so not sure what happened because I feel like it was still going.
Right.
So I'm gonna listen to it, but
that was weird.
So it did that little stop, but it was longer. So something's going on.
Yeah.
So something's going on. So I'm gonna have to figure something.
But
out.
I felt like when that happened, it was like I went back because you gave me this weird look about the wings, and I went back like this. And I don't know if it was the cord, but it's not.
I bet you it's a cord. I bet you there's some cord. So
It's got to be something.
So just stay perfectly still and talk like this. Just don't. No. Are you moving too much? Stop.
So with the wings,
we were talking about meat. We were talking about flavors. What were we talking about?
you're asking me if I like a mean wing.
No, I like. Do you like breaded wings?
I think I do.
Are you a wing connoisseur? Was the question.
I'm not a wing connoisseur. What
are you a connoisseur of whiskey?
I'm not a connoisseur. I don't know. I kind of
What
dabble
do you
in
know?
everything.
You cook.
I do cook, but I'm not a connoisseur. I would never consider myself a connoisseur of anything.
What about a connoisseur of good vibes? That's a good one, motherfucker. That one actually hit you a little bit.
It did a little bit.
You might know. If somebody goes, "What you know about good vibes?" You might say, "I might know a little something."
But again, I think that that would just be my perception of good vibes. I'm not going to tell you what good vibes are.
You're like the better version of me.
I don't think about that. You're the best version of you, man.
Hey, turn up.
And I feel it every time I see you.
So you are a wing guy.
I do like
you're
wings.
Not me, probably though.
Probably not. Like I don't like. I mean, even as you're saying, like I'm trying to think, like Buffalo Wild Wings or those breaded wings. I can't even think to myself right now.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Buffalo Wild.
Buffalo what? Wild what?
Buffalo Wild Wings. B-dubs.
The only thing good about that place is the sauces. The wings,
right.
The wings are trash.
The mango habanero is my favorite sauce.
Sauce game's fine, and they got a bunch of them, but the wings are not great.
No, they're not. But are those wings? I'm just trying to get a gauge on like, are those wings breaded or not breaded?
Those are not breaded.
Those are not breaded.
No.
Okay, so then those I prefer.
So you like a traditional hot
yes,
wing.
yes. Versus the thick fucking
the thick big boys where you get 10 of them, but they're big as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you still like those?
I mean, I get down on them.
You
sure.
just you prefer
right. I prefer the other version. I prefer wings that are just tossed in sauce.
Man, you give me. I like both, but if we're talking wing connoisseur, I believe
You consider yourself a wing connoisseur?
I think there's obviously people like online that actually, as a matter of fact, you know what? This is an idea I've been thinking about in the last year or so. You ever heard of the pizza review guy? His name is Dave Portnoy. He owned Barstool Sports.
No.
You ever heard of Barstool Sports?
I have heard of Barstool Sports.
So they're big time now. They're forever. But the guy who was the president, literally called El Presidente. Shout out to Barstool Sports and El Presidente. He does a pizza review. So literally, for the last 2 years, maybe 3 now, he has gotten one slice of pizza from a different spot every day, literally in a row.
I think you were telling about this before
online?
Off camera.
Off camera?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
We might have talked about it on camera. I don't know, but we have talked about it before.
So he does this. So anybody who's not listening, and he literally every day. So the quarantine happened, right? And it's like, oh, that fucks up his whole shit. So he just kind of transferred it to oven pizzas, which makes sense because it's fucking, you can,
right.
Let's say you're fucking a year. I bet you can get a year's worth of different brands of oven pizzas.
Oh, totally. I've shopped for all of them via Instacart.
I'm telling you right now, his name, he has an app. It's called One Bite. It's the One Bite app. And his name and how big his following is on the pizza shit is so big that when he gives a score and what his score is dictates how good your restaurant is. That's how vicious that shit is.
Were you the one that turned me on to Hot Ones?
Well, we were talking about the Hot Ones. Isn't that like the wing thing?
The wing thing.
The hot wing, though.
Yeah.
Where it's like hot. I didn't turn you on to that, but we were talking about
It's
that
like a
earlier.
YouTube thing, and he does it
Yeah.
with celebrities, and they
Yeah,
have like 10 different wings
and they're
that
like
they
super
try.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that wing challenge thing, there's a lot of celebrities that have done it too, but there's not one person who's done it. It's like, I bought this chip, I'm about to put it on camera, let me see how I react.
Right.
Whereas the hot ones is like, I think a guy, I don't know the guy, but I think it's a guy.
Yeah, it's a host.
It's a host, yeah.
Always the same host, and
Yeah.
then it's different celebrities.
Whereas the one chip challenge is everybody in their own individual circumstance.
I gotcha.
Anyways, we were talking about wings. And we were talking about the ultimate point was you taking me out to dinner if I need help moving or something.
I think so.
Hey, we're on 125.
125. That's a long one.
And how fast, though? It gets even faster.
It always does, especially now during a quarantine, because it's just nice to.
Just
Not
get
that
out.
not that I don't love talking to my wife and chatting with my son and playing, but it's nice to talk to someone other than those two people.
And we never really got into the conspiracies enough.
We haven't. We still can. I mean, I know we have 125.
Yeah,
and
I like to keep it, I don't want to. Listen, one day I know for a fact these podcasts will go.
just real quick though.
Go ahead.
What are your conspiracies? I mean, you don't have to get into it. Just rattle them off real quick, and we dive into it next time we're together.
All right.
Tech industry. I think it's all created by the tech industry.
Oh, I haven't heard that one specifically.
Because those motherfuckers are thriving right now.
Like technology?
Yeah. I mean, social media. I mean, shit like this, Instacart, Airing Up, all those fucking,
Well, normally like recessions and these like a lot of people do come up in these moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think kind of you spoke about pivot.
Yeah.
So like we talked about that I think our last podcast. I think a lot of people look at these major fucking issues, even the higher ups probably, kind of which is conspiracy type shit. Whenever there's a big thing, there's a way to fucking capitalize on it. Which is, it's fucked up if you look at it in that fucked up perspective, but it's also like, well, what the fuck? Like, I gotta do something. And I do think there's a part of this quarantine where most of us are home majority of the day. I'm literally, especially because I'm getting paid unemployment now, so I'm literally home 99% of my time. And it gives me, I've been by myself 99% of a month just thinking. I went to 99% because I'm online and shit, or I'm calling Steve for a couple hours, whatever.
Right.
But I'm by myself just stewing in my own brain for the majority of the time for the last month and another 2 weeks, hopefully. I think that I didn't realize my passion for cooking as much as I thought I did.
You need to do
Like a funny one too, like just in my way, and I'm trying to figure out like a way to.
My wife and I have been fucking around with that at home.
Like a video or just cooking?
Well, we always cook, but yeah, we've been watching around with Alton Brown. I don't know if you're familiar with Alton Brown.
First of all, I'm the Food Network king.
All right, so he's been doing and you're a YouTube guy.
What was his shit? Good Eats.
Good Eats,
Good
right?
Eats, yeah.
He's been doing a quarantine kitchen live video every Tuesday at 7:00 with him and his wife, where they just do their shit in their house, and it's just literally them on a cell phone, like just doing some shit, whatever they have in the house. And my wife and I love Alton Brown, so like over the weekend we started like just filming ourselves, not like broadcasting or anything, but just shits and giggles, just trying to see how it would go. Doing cooking like shit.
Oh, so you've actually put yourself in a situation where if you were doing it.
Yeah, like if we were to possibly air it, like whatever, but like just to see how it'd go. If we had enough content, like if there was, if it wasn't too much downtime, if there was enough talk, I don't know. You know how it goes.
Actually, no. I mean, I know what you're saying, but what you're telling me is insecurities to a degree. I'm telling you right now, you do anything on camera, it's gonna work.
It's been
wait.
It's been fun.
Not even specifically you. I'm giving you credit because you are dope, but minus that, why it's still gonna work. Here's how I knew to start my Instagram shit, because when I first started and I was talking to Steve every Sunday, I do him with Steve, and I'm like, man, I'm still having like my doubts. Should I be doing this? And then I was scrolling like during timeout or at halftime, and came across this one girl's page. She had 6 million followers. Maybe I'm lying about that, but definitely in the millions.
Right, a lot of
it was
fucking
a lot.
followers.
Definitely way more than I got. She was definitely killing it. And then I was like, it just came up, and I clicked on one of the videos, and it was, to me personally wasn't funny. So I'm like, okay. Then I clicked on a couple more, and 0% were funny. So then after like 4 or 5 of me watching these thinking they're not funny, then I read the comments of these videos. And then so like that 5th one or 6th one that I watched that was not funny, I read the comments, and literally everyone in the comments saying the same thing. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what people see. I would never do though. If I don't think it's funny, I just don't comment. Just leave it alone. But people are dicks, and they just comment the hateful shit. And this was like months ago or months prior to me watching that, and she keeps putting it out. She keeps putting it out. And I'm anybody can read these comments and tell you clearly people aren't fucking with your content as much as you would hope, right? If you read your comments to your shit, you would hope. I would think most people would want them to be hopefully like good job or cool or haha or something.
Yeah.
These are all hateful. Like, this bitch is dumb. I don't get it. Why is anybody following this fat bitch? You know? And she just kept posting, years posting, making money off this shit. So the point that I'm making is talent is huge, especially if you have natural talent. Vibe is huge, like probably really huge nowadays, because people need genuine, authentic behavior. And if your niceness, which I know it is, but if your genuine vibe and your genuine silliness is genuine, people are going to fuck with it. They're going to thrive with it. They know you. You're in my seat right now. I can feel the energy. You're a good human. You can feel it. But even more important than that, more important than good looks, you're an attractive man. Your girl's attractive. Ooh. That's huge too. But more important than that is consistency. And it might take 10 years. This podcast might not pop off. Joe Rogan shit, look, it's by far the craziest shit right now. He started like in 2000 or some shit, like, or not 2000, but like 2010 or something. And he just started off you should see the first video.
I saw the first video.
It's so not.
With the weird snow.
With the weird thing. Yeah, it's so weird. So just as weird. But he just kept going. And
You got to find your rhythm, right?
Well, his whole thing was, he goes, if you're trying to get into the podcast game, one, he was saying, no, you got to be authentic. You got to be real. You can't fake it. You can't lie, because how you going to lie every time you come on, you got to worry about if you lied the episode. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to say some shit right now. As a matter of fact, and I know we're getting late, but I want to talk about this. Did you hear about what happened to the episode before last?
No.
So I had a guest on, a female.
I saw you post that, and I never got a chance to listen to that one.
So I took it down in like 5 hours. So people who are listening, I know you already heard this, but I want to tell man because he does not know. We had a great time. She was awesome. She was going to be the regular female guest. On the show, we decided together that she would be on the podcast one night a month. Just to give the female perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Super cool, super dope, funny, honest, true. She left here, got a little tipsy, which we all do. That's part of my podcast is drinking. Right here, real talk. Hey, real talk. And so she left. Everything was cool. The day after, the next day, text me in the morning like, yeah, I can't do it. I can't. I thought about it. I listened to the podcast again. She was a little too honest, and not like even crazy. In my personal opinion, listening to it again after we had this talk, I'm like, you didn't say anything bad, but she did. We were talking about dick pics. And we talk about this podcast. Right. We'll talk about it, and that's not for everybody.
No,
not everyone can get that real.
Not everybody can, man.
You know,
I'm still waiting for the day that it hasn't happened yet. That my mom or my mother-in-law or somebody.
But here's the question: when that comes to you, do you stop?
No.
Don't stop. And I think that people ultimately, even the people who are coming at you, will ultimately respect that.
I would just say just don't listen.
Just don't listen because you personally like it.
All right, because I get something out of this. I feel I get value out of this.
And I'm telling you, you are helping people. It's 100%.
It's release. It's fun. It's, I love just spending time with you, hanging out, and just bullshitting. And
oh, my fault. We ain't got no more. We're almost done anyway. So I know we're talking about conspiracy. We'll talk about conspiracy next time. We'll get into that.
Sure.
But long story short, to help people out, you gotta. Oh, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a quick shout out. You know what? I don't want to fuck up her name, cause she. So randomly, I'm on Facebook, and I don't even know how I'm this chick's friend. I have no idea how I'm her friend at all. And for some reason, she posted some conspiracy shit to circle back, And I personally,
Circling back.
and she started posting shit like Trump. You know, I'm kind of more on the Trump train more than I've ever been. I'm like, and I know that's hard to say as a black person, that not a white man. Like,
Hey man, there's a lot of black people that support Trump, bro.
now, but not nearly what I think is appropriate, because I think that we just, and I don't want to get into that too deep right now because we can get into that.
That's another show.
Anyway, so she posted some shit and I commented on it, and then I posted, she commented, and then we just kept commenting. Nothing sexual, nothing of that. It was her name's Kaylee. Her name is Kaylee. Kaylee Ann is her name on social media. I'm gonna ask her if she wants that out. But she started a podcast, and I told her about mine, and then like, oh shit, and I heard her first podcast, and she asked me what I thought about it, because she knows I'm kind of new to the game.
Yeah.
And so shout out to her podcast. It's called Family Speaks. So shout out to your podcast.
Family Speaks.
Family Speaks.
I'll check it out.
You know what? Let me before I say that, I'm pretty sure that's what it. Hold on. Family Speaks. I don't want to fuck that up. All right. So episode 1. Yeah, Family Speaks podcast, healing the family from within. That's where you and she's on Podbean.
Okay.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Podbean will send it out to all the other ones eventually. So shout out to her podcast. I listen to her shit's super spiritual, super wisdom. I caught myself saying, yep. Like when it's only 30 minutes. It's not super long. This one, she got a co-host. She's a single mother of 3 kids. The co-host is a little older, I think. And they just rap about what they've learned over the years, and it's just wisdom. And I literally caught myself saying, driving to Mariano's, thinking, yep, that's what I'm learning. Yep. So shout out to her podcast. It's new, it's super new, but super dope. If you're spiritual, if you're into that metaphysical type of shit, she loves essential oils. She loves all that shit. Shout out to her.
We like essential oils. We'll check it out.
And as always,
Cares none! Or some.
Yeah.